Good morning to all of you. I am Neetu Gehlot. I am working as an assistant professor in St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management, Gurgaon. I am from Applied Science Department. Today I am taking my ninth lecture, which is related to the stereoisomers. And in the stereoisomers, today we have discussed the geometrical isomerism and the conformational isomerism also. So now come to our topic. These are the stereoisomerism. In our previous lecture, we have already discussed the isomers or the isomerism topic, and here and there we already discussed the structural isomers. And now come to the next topic, that is the stereoisomerism. So in the stereoisomerism means that they are isomers which have the same molecular formula but different relative arrangement of atoms or group in space are called the stereoisomers, and the phenomena is called the stereoisomerism. The types of stereoisomerism, there are the three types of stereoisomers. First is the optical isomerism, second is the geometrical isomerism, and third is the conformational isomerism. So first of all, we will discuss about the geometrical isomerism, because in the optical isomerism there are the so many short terms here. So firstly we have to discuss about these terms. So now I will start my topic from the geometrical isomerism. In the geometrical isomerism, the isomers which have the same molecular formula, the same structural formula, but differ in the relative spatial arrangement of atoms or groups. So I repeat again, in the geometrical isomerism is the same molecular formula, but and the same the structural formula, but the differ in the relative spatial arrangement of atoms or groups about the double bond. So these are called the stereoisomers, and the phenomena is called, this is the geometrical isomerism. Or the another name of the geometrical isomerism is called the cis-trans isomerism, because here the formation of the cis or trans form. So uh, the main point of the geometrical isomers is that it is formed by the double bond. So it is and form the cis or trans form also here. So this is called the geometrical isomers or the cis-trans isomers. So now come to the first example. Here the first example is cis-2-butene. Here the first example is cis-2-butene, in which the CH3 CH3 are found in the same side. So it is called the cis form. And in the trans-2-butene, there are the methane, the CH3 CH3 group are found in the opposite side. So this is called the cis 2-butene or the trans 2-butene, or we can say these are the geometrical isomers, or we can say it is the cis trans isomers example. Now come to the another example. Here the example is malic acid. In this malic acid, the COH group, acidic group or COH group is found in the same side. If the COH group found in the same side, it means this is the cis form, and in the isomer of malic acid is the fumaric acid. In the fumaric acid, there the COH group is found in the opposite direction. So it is called the transform. So and as we know that the formation of the cis or transform or in the geometrical isomers, there are the change their forms change the different physical or the chemical properties also. As we see that the melting point of the malic acid is 130 degrees centigrade, and the melting point of the fumaric acid is 302 degrees centigrade. Here the dipole moment of malic acid is high, and the dipole moment of the fumaric acid is 0. So the dipole moment is high for the cis form, and it is very less for the trans form. So now the both these isomers differ not only in the physical but also in the chemical properties. The isomers, as we discussed above, that the physical and the chemical properties are the change in the geometrical form. The isomers with the group on the same side is called a cis form, cis isomers, while the isomers with the groups located on the opposite sides is called the trans isomers. So here we have discussed the cis transform or the geometrical isomers, and the difference of these form have the physical and the chemical properties also. Now come to the cyclic compound. So we say that the trans isomers of compounds are usually more stable than the cis isomers. Now come to the cyclic compound. Here the example of cyclic compound is the cis 1,3-dimethyl cyclobutane and the trans 1,3-dimethyl cyclobutane. So here when the CS3 group are found in the same site, so here the formation of the cis form, and when the CS3 group are found in the different site, so this is called the transform. So the example of the geometrical isomers in the cyclic compound is the cis 1,3-dimethyl cyclobutane, and the isomer is the trans 1,3-dimethyl cyclobutane. The another example is cis 1,2-dimethyl cyclopropane. The isomer is the trans 1,2-dimethyl cyclopropane. Now the last example is the cis 1,2-dimethyl cyclohexane, and the trans 1,2-dimethyl cyclohexane are the geometrical isomers. So this is the geometrical isomers, which is the part of the stereoisomerism. And now come to the next part of the stereoisomers is the conformational isomerism. So the as we know that the geometrical isomers are possible due to the presence of carbon-carbon double bond. Okay, so and here the conformational isomerism, the this type of isomerism is possible if the carbon-carbon single bond is present. Okay, so in the presence of the carbon-carbon single bond, so it means there the free rotation is possible, and we can find the different conformers of 0 to 3 degree rotation. So every 60-degree rotation, we will check and we find the new conformer, and this is called this type of the conformation is called the conformational isomerism. So the isomers obtained by the just rotation around carbon-carbon single bond are called the conformational isomerism. Here, the conformational isomerism are found in the two forms. First is the eclipse form, and the another is the staggered form. According to the Newman projection, we discuss the eclipse form and the staggered form here. So first, what is the staggered? First is what is the staggered conformation? The conformation about carbon-carbon bond in which the atom or groups on one carbon are as far apart as possible from the atom of groups on an adjacent carbon. Suppose we take the example of ethane. In the case of ethane, it means the molecular formula of ethane is C3H6. So C2H6, sorry. The molecular formula of ethane is C2H6. Here the two carbon and the six hydrogen is present here. So this is the arrangement of the Newman according to the Newman projection. So its form is called the staggered form. And now the second form is called eclipse form. The conformation about carbon-carbon bond in which the atoms or groups of atoms on one carbon are as close as possible to the atoms or groups of atom on an adjacent carbon. So it is the eclipse form of the ethane. But now I want to ask you that methane shows the conformers. Methane shows the conformers or not? So answer is not, because the methane has the molecule, the formula of the methane is the CH4, and according to this molecular formula, it shows the CH4. So there are the not possible the carbon-carbon single bond here. So methane does not show the conformers or conformational isomerism. So now come to the topic, that is the eclipse form and the staggered form. So here um, in the Newman projection, the two carbon forming a bond are represented by two circle, one behind the other, so that we can see only the front carbon. We cannot see the other carbon which is found at the back side of the first carbon. So the hydrogen atom attached to the front carbon are depicted by carbon hydrogen bonds from the center of the circle. The carbon hydrogen bond of the back carbon are drawn from the circumference of the circle. Now, the conformation of ethane, we can explain the help of diagram. The conformation of ethane get converted into the other when the rotated through an angle of 60 degree. So as I told that the every 60-degree angle, the conformation is the change into the eclipse form or the staggered form, and there are the so many formed are formed in between the 0 to 60, 60 to 120 angle. So these forms which are found in between the 0 to 60, these are called every 60-degree angle. These forms are called the skew form. So here the conformation of ethane and angle of 60 degree, then the staggered conformation, we know that the staggered conformation is more stable while the eclipse conformation is the less stable. So here the as we know that the stability is inversely proportional to energy. So if the stability is high, then the energy is low, and the stability is less, then the energy is high. So the staggered conformation is more stable while the eclipse conformation is less stable. So the stability is inversely proportional to energy. Now the conformation of propane. Firstly, we discuss the in case of ethane. So here the two forms, eclipse and the staggered form, are here. There now the conformation of propane. Here the structure of propane. The one carbon has three hydrogen, and the this carbon has the two hydrogen, and one is the CH3 group. So we can arrange the according to the ethane. So when we arrange the according to the ethane, so at the if we see the this side, so that we can see only the first carbon and not the we can't see the second carbon. So here uh, this is the eclipse form and the staggered form, and each eclipse form is converted into staggered form for the 60-degree angle. So, and the staggered form is converted into eclipse form by the 60-degree angle. So, every 60-degree angle, each eclipse and staggered form will be converted. Now, yes, the important, very important topic, that is the conformation of butane. As we discussed above, the conformation of ethane and the conformation of the propane, and here the very important topic, that is the conformation of butane. So, the first of all, we should know the molecular formula of the butane. So, in the butane, there are the four carbons. So, here is the structure of the CH3, CH2, CH2, and the CH3. So there are the four carbons are present here, and the first carbon has three hydrogen, and the fourth carbon also has the three hydrogen. So we can see the butane in the terms of ethane. Can we see? Yes, we see that molecule is similar to ethane. If the images of ethane is in our mind, so we can represent the butane in the form of ethane. So as we see that the molecule is similar to ethane, except that the hydrogen on each carbon has been replaced by the methyl group. There, here we can see that here is the in the ethane. Here is the one hydrogen, then the hydrogen, then is again hydrogen, and the second carbon has the three hydrogen. But in the case of butane, so here we can replace the this hydrogen group by the methyl group, and this hydrogen group also by the methyl group. So it is the representation of the butane. Now the conformation of the butane, various conformation are shown here. There are the various conformation in the butane. These are the conformers. First is here. Here the first carbon, and it has the one CH3 group, second hydrogen group, and the hydrogen group, and the second carbon is in the back side of the first carbon, and here is the hydrogen, this hydrogen, and this is the CH3. So in this first stage, both the CH3 group are have the distance between them. So this form is called the staggered form. Okay, na? And the staggered form, as we know that in the staggered form there are less energy and the high stability. And after the 60-degree rotation, here the second stage, this CH3 group, we take the first carbon is stable, and we start to the rotation of the second carbon, so that the CH3 group is goes to the here this hydrogen is overlapped to this methyl group, and this is the second form. It is called the eclipse form, because the first carbon hydrogen is overlapped to the second carbon. Then it is the after the again 60-degree rotation, we found the this third stage. Here again the staggered form. Next, the fourth stage is a eclipse form. Then the again 60-degree rotation, we again found the staggered form, and after again 60-degree rotation, we found the eclipse form, and again 60-degree rotation, we goes to first stage at the first stage. So here are the six conformers. I uh, explain again. First is staggered, second eclipse form, third is also staggered, fourth is eclipse form, fifth is staggered form, and sixth is the eclipse form also. Now, the stability of conformation of butane is in order that the fully eclipse form. As we know here, that we can see that the fourth stage, this one is the fourth stage, is the fully eclipse form. In the fully eclipse form is here the two methyl group are come to come close to each other. Okay, so it is called the fully eclipse form, and here the second and the sixth form is the partially eclipse form. Next, the third and fifth is the Gauche form, and the first form is called the anti form. So there, then the fourth stage, fourth form, that is the eclipse form, fully eclipse form. So there is the maximum repulsion between the bonding electrons and the bulky methyl group. I repeat again, because the two methyl group are come close to each other, so there is the maximum repulsion between the bonding electrons and the bulky methyl group. Due to the transitional strain or the steric strain, this has the maximum energy and the minimum stability. Then come to the second and the sixth stage. In the second and the sixth stage, there the repulsive interaction between the bulky methyl group and bonding electron is very less than the fully eclipse conformation. So it is more stable than the fully eclipse conformation. Now, the stage third and the fifth, there are weak repulsive interaction between two methyl group, as they are 60-degree apart. It is more stable than the partially eclipse conformation. And the first, as we see, that first is the anti. So this is anti conformation. So it is a most stable conformation. So here the conformation are referred as the conformational isomers. So now these conformation, I have completed my the conformation of the in the case of ethane, in the case of propane, and in the case of butane. So here are we should remember that there are the two main forms are here formed. These are the staggered form and the eclipse form. And the most important example of the butane, which shows the so many conformers. Here are the six conformers, and uh, we can see that the fully eclipse conformer, partially eclipse, Gauche, and the anti. So it is very important. And now come to the next topic, that is the conformation of the cyclohexane. Here, what is the formula of the cyclohexane? As we know, the formula of the cyclohexane is C6H12, and if the C6H6 is known as a benzene. So it means this is the structure of cyclohexane. Okay, 6 carbon and the 12 hydrogen is attached here. But if we see carefully, so each carbon has the tetrahedral shape. है ना? Here, the bond angle between the here bond angle of the for each angle has the 109 degree 28 minutes because it is so the tetrahedral shape. But and as we see that the here the cyclohexane there is a bond angle is 120 degree. So we can say that there are the other types of the conformation are possible, and these conformers are called the boat form and the chair form. So here the two main conformers of the cyclohexane compound. The conformers are the boat form and the chair form. Here it is the first of all we will discuss the chair form. In the chair form, in this conformer, in such that C1, you have the six carbon C1, C2, C3, C4, C5, C6. So C1 and the C4 are opposite to each other, and C2, C3, C5, C6 are in a plane. So that it's just like a chair, and it is a chair form. The second form is called boat form, and here in this form we can see that the C1 and C4 are in the same side. Okay, and the C2, C3, C5, C6 are in a plane, so that it appears just like a boat structure. So it is called the boat form and the chair form. And the intermediate forms which are formed in the and this is called the skew form also. Between the eclipse or the staggered form, these are called the skew form. Now, the different stages of the cyclohexane. As we see that this is the cyclohexane structure. First is the chair form, and second structure is called the port form. Here, as we see, this is the first carbon, second carbon, third carbon, fourth, fifth, and sixth carbon. So they are the arrangement of the chair. It is called the chair form. Now goes to the port form, and this is the port form. C1, C2, C3, C4, C5, C6 from the boat form. Now, here we discuss the some bonds which are found in the chair or the boat form, or we can say in the cyclohexane. So, as we see in this type picture, here are the bonds which are found in the state. This one, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. These bonds are called the axial bond. Okay, or these bonds which are represented by the dotted lines, these are called the equatorial bonds. So when we found these axial and the equatorial bonds in one structure, so we can see just like here. Here is the equatorial and the axial bond are in the cyclohexane. So if we see this side, then we can see only the this carbon and the second carbon. We cannot see the second carbon because it is the just back side of the C1 carbon. And if you see the from this side, then we can see this carbon, and we cannot see the second carbon with because same here, the second carbon is just backside of the first carbon. Now these are the conformation of cyclohexane. Here, according to the Newman projection, here this is represented as the chair form, and it is called the staggered form because it has the uh, most stable and less energy here. You know? Then, and this form is called the boat form. In this boat form, we can explain that this CH2 group is goes to the when we rotate these circle, then this CH2 group is goes to the this here. So now the converts into the boat form, and this is called the eclipse form. And here before when we're converting the chair form into the boat form, so there are the four other stages are formed here. So this is called the we should study these other forms also. Here are the first form is the chair form, and when the chair form is converted into the boat form, or we can say we goes to the first to the boat form, so then these are the changes here. At the first, the formation of the half chair, and we can see in the half chair there are the 5 carbons are found in the plane. Okay, so and due to the presence of 5 carbons in the plane, so it will very uncomfortable or it is unstable. Now here this uh, before formation of the boat, here is another form is formed. This is called the twisted boat form. Okay, this form is for the twisted boat form, and then it converts into the boat form. So according to the stability, the most stable form, as we know, that is the chair form. Okay, then and the less stable form, less stable form is the at which form where the 5 carbons are present in a plane, so it is a less stable form. And then first and fourth number already given. Now come to the second and the third number. So then the which is most stable in the twisted and the boat form. So as we see in the diagram, the twisted, here the twisted form, in the twisted form agar suppose we see the firstly the boat form. So the boat form, here the two groups, this one C1 and the C2, the two groups are come too close or the in the front of the each other, so it is less stable. And if the difference is in this twisted form, there are the difference between the CH3 and the CH3, so there are the some gap or there's some difference between these two groups, so it is from the twisted form. And so the according to the stability order, the first is the most stable is the chair form, the second is the twisted boat form, then the third is the boat form, and the very last stable is the half chair. We can say that is the half chair. And we know the according to the energy, the half chair, then the boat, then the twisted boat, and then the chair form. So now I complete my lecture. In this lecture, we discussed about the geometrical isomers and the conformations. In the conformation, there are the very important parts of the conformation of the butane and the conformation of cyclohexane. So read carefully, and you have to prepare the question, the conformation of the cyclohexane and the conformation of butane, and the short note of the geometrical isomers also. Okay, then now I stop my lecture. Thank you.